Hey man, we in the whip. Appreciate everybody for checking in. And I don't know which one. I had a basketball video I did on my other channel, and the power went out, was flickering in and out, and the power ended up going out. So I'm on my way to my mama crib. Finished uploading these videos. But I do appreciate everybody for checking in. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, bell icon button, share the video. Appreciate the love and support. Let's talk about some Detroit Lions football. Willie McGinest, former Patriot, former Cleveland Brown linebacker, endorses Matt Patricia. And on the other hand, Darius, one of his personal trainers, he runs the Blitz football camp down in Houston, where he works with Slay. Xavier Howard, Joe Hayden calls Patricia an effing idiot and says basically that Darius Slay the best corner in the league. He works with Sherman, Joe Hayden, Xavier Howard, and a number of NFL defensive backs with his innovative footwork drill. So let's talk about it. Hit that subscribe button, bell icon button. We back. It's Motor City Sports Talk. And start off on a negative note. I think everybody in Detroit feels the same way about Patricia. He's an idiot. Some of the things that leaked out. I mean, he didn't get a chance. Okay. Excuse me, stuffy out here, but he didn't get a chance to even like get a warm welcome. It wasn't like Coach Boone and Remember the Titans, where all the black people came to his house. It was like, oh, we so happy to have you. Patricia got a negative impact soon as he touched down. Soon as them wheels on his plane touched down on the runway, it just was negative press. And it wasn't us. I didn't want him to begin with, but you know what? I said, okay. We'll roll with him. But the old media, the print media, Detroit went ham on him. They started looking up his background, seeing that he had, cases that he had that was ruled, that was ruled he was exonerated from because the lady didn't want to testify, and he was a shitty person. He wasn't on time for meetings, and he was fastly late, and all this, basically just, started his tenure to be sour, to end up being a sour tenure, to be honest. So far, the players don't like him. At one point, he was going to trade Marvin Jones. People forget that, because Marvin Jones is one of the veterans that kind of revolted against him, and it's the best thing he did was keep Marvin Jones because he been balling, okay? But this Rashad Winfield was basically saying that, he's an idiot, basically for giving away the best corner in the league in Darius Slay. And he said he's amazed how Slay doesn't really get his credit. He don't get his credit because he playing Detroit. Same thing for Kenny Galladay. People looking at his Madden ratings and seeing a lot of receivers that he better than, getting more credit than him. And the way that works just like that. You play in Detroit, you got to be 10 times better just to get average recognition. And that's because of the losing culture the Lions have had, for a very long time. I mean, they made the playoffs since 91, making the NFC Championship game. They just ain't never won the NFC North title, and it's sad. It's very, very sad, man. And, I do think that it was the right thing to cut bait with Darius Slay. It was too toxic. As soon as Matt Patricia kind of felt like, he just never accepted Darius Slay. He never thought he was that good. He said he wasn't to leave. He wasn't this guy, that guy. You don't deserve to work out with them. Instead of building confidence, it seemed like he tried to motivate, through fear and through just negativity. And that worked with some players, but once you tell somebody to suck your penis, dog, or stop sucking another man's penis, he better than me, dude. A lot of these dudes in the NFL that's getting away talking greasy to these players, and Jay Gruden challenged DJ Swearinger to a fist fight. It'd have been on like popcorn for me. Real talk. I'd have bucked Jay Gruden head to the pavement, and I would have cold cocked Matt Patricia. I would have beat the living shit out of Patricia. I'd have gave him an ass whooping he never forgot. It would have been a football version of what Latrell Sprewell and PJ Carmicelo was if they was in the parking lot by themselves. It would have been some entanglement going on, getting me off of Matt Patricia. Just straight up and down. You don't talk to me that way. But Darius Slay and DJ Swearinger handled it like true men should. Made me proud to be black the way they handled it. But me personally, would have knocked Patricia his sleep. I would have put him to sleep. And I still would have kept knocking his head against the carpet. That's just how I feel about it. But this Rashad Winfield dude, he's probably right. But I think they had to get out. They had to get from an older contract. Darius Slay was 29, turning 30. You got a cheaper replacement in Desmond Trufant. I ain't mad at it. Then you draft Jeff Okudah. You already drafted Amani Rock. We talked about that last night. I'm not knocking the whole situation. at some point, I think you had to get out of that toxic relationship and, let Matt Patricia, fill the voids how he wanted to fill them. And that takes me to Willie McGinest. Now, Willie McGinest said that Matt Patricia know how to win, and he just needs some time. He needs players to buy in, and now every player on the defense that should start should be buying in. I mean, Walker, or maybe Herman, or, Will Harris, maybe Imani, maybe Trufant, Coleman, Okuda, Davis, Ragland, Tavai, Christian Jones, who else we got? Jamie Collins, Julian Okora, Deshaun Hand, Danny Shelton, Nick Williams, Trey Flowers. Everybody that should be starting on defense is handpicked by him. And Willie McGinest said this is not a system that's based on talent, but that's based on the right fit. So he got all the players and buying into the system and not questioning them. Quadre Diggs and Darius Slade consistently question the system. From what I read and when I seen from their IG Live, they consistently question the system, and they just kept questioning it. Why we playing man? Why we doing this? Why we doing that? And Matt Patricia probably tired of basically, explaining himself, like, just do what the fuck I say do. And these Patriot players and the guys that he deemed to be fits for his defense, hopefully they fit what Willie McGinest say. Willie McGinest is, fit for this defense is. And if they fit it, then they fit it. You know what I'm saying? Then he should have a lot of success. But like he said, it's hard for people to buy a system in when they don't come in winning Super Bowls and they don't come in, going to playoff games. Basically he's starting from ground zero in Detroit. He not getting that respect. He don't seem like he a social guy, or he doesn't work well socially with some of his top stars. But we'll see. I want it to work for Matt Patricia. Everybody on his defense, it fits the mold. It fits the mold. It truly do. Everybody that he got, let's see what's different. My whole thing, his philosophy just wasn't that good to me, dog. His philosophy was, let's line up, let's play man, let's rush 3 or 4 players, and let's play bend, don't break defense. And it's simply not aggressive enough, especially in the division you in. You got Trubisky that can move around a little bit. You got Aaron Rodgers that can break the pocket. And Kirk Cousins just had a field day on his defense. If anything, last year, your defense was the one that let Matthew Stafford down. Stafford was on the MVP type of role. Your defense couldn't stop a nosebleed. They might have got a few turnovers versus Kansas City, but we'll see if he could turn the corner. But it's all about system fit. That's it. If it's about fit, and that was a huge problem with guys not buying in, then Willie McGinest might be right. You know what I'm saying? It sounds like he trying to basically, recreate what Bill Belichick did, and I wish him the most success. But it ain't just him. The Lions ain't never got no respect, since the 90s, because we ain't won nothing. We ain't simply won enough to get that respect. So I agree with letting Darius Slade go. I would have loved to keep him, but it was just too toxic, and they don't want to pay him. He tried to pay everybody else: Richard Sherman, Justin Coleman, James Bradbury from that Carolina, who ended up going to the Giants. He tried, he tried to offer all these dudes all this money, and they didn't want to come here, and they wasn't system fits. Like I said, he don't understand what a system fit is for a system, especially at corner. He keep trying to get these zone corners to come play the man system. Had he got Richard Sherman be out the league right now. Sherman be on a retirement home. Sherman can't guard nobody one-on-one like Darius Slade can all across the board. Sherman gave up the most touchdowns in league history in this system. And same thing for James Bradbury. He ain't no man corner. He ain't about to cover nobody when man covers 99.9% of the time with no pass rush. Patricia's just an idiot, bro. And hopefully he could change the narrative. He could become like Jizza, the genius of the Detroit Lions with his defense. But I don't see it. It ain't enough. It ain't enough. It ain't complex enough. It ain't enough disguise. It ain't enough aggressiveness. For the dude that be yelling and cussing them people out, he a Care Bear when it comes to calling defenses. But he want to be a motherfucking he want to be a savage. He want to be a savage bear when it come to talking shit to people's face. But on the sideline, he a Care Bear. So let's see if he get more aggressive in his play call. But he don't believe in no fucking blitzing. He don't. He barely believe in rushing forward. This dude is like the dude you play in Madden that just play prevent defense the whole time. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy, man. But hey, let me know what you guys think. But Darius Slade, personal trainer, called Patricia idiot. But Willie McGinest says trust the process. We ain't got another choice but to trust the process. It's kind of like Martha handing it over to her daughter. What's her name? Whatever, Sheila. You know, people saying, you know, you just got to trust Sheila. We got no choice. We got another choice but to trust Sheila. We got another choice but to trust Patricia. She already said that this year is irregular, so she might get him another chance next year. We got another choice. We're gonna be a Lion fan. We gotta be a Lion fan. We gotta hope for the best. We gotta be optimistic about can Patricia turn it around. We gotta be optimistic. Is Sheila gonna be a little bit different owner than her old lady and her old man? We just gotta trust the process. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing more we can do. It ain't a bad year to go 0-16. It ain't a bad year to win a few games. It's basically the COVID year. It's a throwaway year. It ain't a bad year to tank and get Trevor Lawrence or Justin Fields. So I ain't really knocking it, but I already got my mind made up that we're gonna be dealing with at least one more year after this season with Matt Patricia. I got my mind made up. I truly do. I've got my mind made up that we're gonna be dealing with Matt Patricia and Bob Quinn for another year after this season. So I ain't like how I went down with Darius Slay, but let Matt Patricia get all his ducks in order. Let him get it. He got his flowers, got Coleman. He brought Coleman in. He was burnt toast all last year. Trey Flowers, all that money. He was up to par with other defensive ends, what they got too. What they did too. Ain't no defensive end really do work last year. Remember, Shaq Barrett led the league in sacks. Von Miller, DeMarcus Lawrence, they all had down years. And whoever else got paid like them, they didn't do much last year. Khalil Mack didn't do much last year. So Trey Flowers is right up there with the best of them that got paid a lot of money last year. But, you know, we'll see. If it was my defense, I'd be a lot more aggressive than Matt Patricia. But it's not my defense. It's Matt's defense, and we'll see what Matt can bring to the table. But I'm kind of siding with Darius Slay personal trainer, Rashad Winfield. You know, Patricia's an idiot. But he can go from idiot to king and into smart guy and just like that. So we'll see. He can get back to the rocket science genius that he was supposed to be. But let me know what you guys think. Don't forget me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. You can reach out if you got business, question, inquiry, sponsorship, video requests. Keep sharing the videos. Want to make a donation to the channel? Cash App, PayPal, description. Best way to donate is share the video. We go.